What is this? What is this? And this? I don't get zits. That's not who I am. Oh, well, we'll cover those up today. What's up, bougie babes? And Sheldon, we are reviewing the Carnival Palette Love Tahiti. Sorry, Carnival 3 Palette Love Tahiti from Bperfect Cosmetics. And Stacey Marie. And I didn't get it first time around. It was sold out, but I did snag it on the second time. What's wrong, Sheldon? You want to be on camera? Come here. You want to be on camera? You're a goofball. Yes, you. Yes, you. He's my Shih Tzu. My Psycho Mop. Ooh. Okay, enough talking. Look at this. Oh, my. Oh, where to even, I know, Sheldon, where to even start? As usual, I have not planned to look for today, because that's just me as a person. Go with it. Fly by the seat of my pants. And, oh God, I love purple and pink, and I am so feeling these purple and pinks. I know, Sheldon, it's a struggle. Okay, think I got it. I think we should do a fall look today. With all this color, I am dying to just explode my face with it, but it is fall season. And one thing I wanted to point out, since we are all trying to learn on this channel, for our makeup beginners, a really good way to look at a palette and to figure out what colors you want to use if you're trying to branch out a little bit, is you want to look at them in squares of 4. The color story setup usually allows for you to group any 3 to 4 groups together, and you see it's not just like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have to move over. No, it can still be 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, those are all really nice colors I think will go together, and that's how you can go down the whole palette and look at it if you're looking for some inspiration. I mean, like, how neat of a look would that be, or that? So that being said, I think we are going to do these 4 because I think that could make a pretty decent fall look. Let's get started. Got my beauty sponges. I don't always use beauty blenders, and I'm so lazy when it comes to washing them. So sometimes I cheat and just buy new stuff. I really should wash them though. Good Lord, I need to wash them. Anyway, starting with primer. Today I am using the crayon case primer, the eye glue stick is what they call it. Although what I did notice just reading this is that it does say it goes on white and dries clear. And I think I may have to dispute that description. Either way, it is a very, very good primer. What is that? Very good primer to use, and it does dry clear. I just think we have to agree on the fact that it does not apply white. But again, doesn't really. Oh, I'm pulling my eyes. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, pat. Because what? Because why? That causes wrinkles. Ooh. Anywho, how has your week been? I do want to send my thoughts out to anyone who may be watching in California right now. It is September 9th, I believe, right now. Let me pull down my phone here. September 9th, yes. 2020. And if you're watching this in the future, there are some pretty severe wildfires going on. It sounds like pretty much the whole state of California is on fire. One of which, I believe it's only one fire, is caused by a gender reveal party where the family set off fireworks. But either way, I've seen my mutuals on Twitter posting who do live there, and I hope you do all stay safe. Because that looks really scary, especially if you have to just evacuate. I can't imagine. I find myself very lucky to live in a place where, knock on wood, natural disasters you know, forest fires, things like that, is not something we typically have to worry about. But I just can't imagine how terrified a lot of you must be. And I do hope that you all stay safe. Other than that, where I live, we had a certain sickness that's going around the world under control. I don't think I have to worry about censoring because I have like 5 subscribers right now. So, clearly not monetized. I don't think I have to worry about it, but you never know what the future holds. I know, Sheldon. Anywho, but now we are starting to have a rise in cases because kids just went back to school and they, you know, had opened, like where I live had opened up a little bit. So more people were out and about, and now we are seeing a very steady uptick in the cases that we have. So I won't lie, I'm a little worried about that in regards to financially, because thankfully we were taken care of by the government in regards to a stimulus payment every single month, but that just ended. And if a second wave comes, like, that's the only thing that saved me, was that payment. I'm self-employed and I do dog walking, and when everyone's home and locked down, and you know, also not earning money, they don't really have the option to be paying you to walk their dog, obviously. So that's why I'm starting to get a little nervous. But can't worry too much about what lies ahead that you cannot control. I think I'd mentioned before on this channel that I do suffer from an anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and depression, and agoraphobia. Yay! If I hadn't before, I did just now. Anyway, so, you know, getting anxious about things that I can't control is not really something I'm trying to do. And just keep swimming, am I right? Okay, getting off my brush. Starting off with, and I think I'm gonna work on showing blending today. Starting off slow, so when you come to this channel, you know, you can kind of watch them in a chronological timeline where you don't have to jump from one technique to another. It can be a steady progression. And I think with working on blending today, instead of a really colorful, complicated look, I think that'd be a good idea. So we are going to start by going in with definitely Sundown. Grab your brushes, let's dig in. Okay, starting off with Sundown. You want to be very light if you're using the Carnival 3 palette, because there is a little bit of fallout. I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad when I put it on. No, that's nice. Ooh, that is a nice pigment. And remember, you want to pack it on by just doing little pack. That is a very nice pigment, especially for the first go around. Damn. If you don't have this palette, you can easily join along by using just, honestly, just a kind of orange, just like a normal orange. I don't really see that much difference. This is more of a melon color. I don't know how, it's not exactly reading the same on camera, but just your typical orange you can start with and join along. An orange, because it is fall, which means spooky season is coming. I will be starting Halloween looks in October. Got some in mind already. But for September, I just kind of want to focus on your typical autumn looks for things like Thanksgiving and this and that. I live in Canada, so our Thanksgiving, I believe, is like October 11th or October 13th. You'd think I know that by now, but... Okay, nice. I myself have a small family, but I do love getting together with them. And I mean small, like our family gathering, even with my brother who's married, is like 6 people, so 7, 8, no, 8. Me, my mom, My brother, his wife, me, and my boyfriend. And a partridge in a pear tree. Anywho, that's nice. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, that's nice. Alrighty. And other than that, orange is also part of all those yummy, yummy pumpkin spice flavors, or just, oops, wrong color, or just pumpkin in general. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. So now what you want to do, now that we've kind of got a butterfly type shape going on there. There we go. Oh, no, gotta go higher. Woo! Now we got this lovely butterfly shape going. Ooh. And you see, no fallout. Like that's, to have that much pigment and no fallout. Loving it. Loving it. Okay, now we blend. Okay, so I'm going in with my blending brush. Mine's from e.l.f. This one is 1803C, and the one thing I really love about e.l.f. and their brushes is, again, great price and great quality. They're not cheap, but they also name what they are, so you don't really have to guess if you aren't sure which brush to use. But realistically, you want it to look a little like that. And again, very lightly, start to circle. Alrighty, so back to our fall talk. Another thing I love, other than the fact that it's Halloween and you can do all those amazing looks and everything's all spooky and the weather's all overcast and gloomy, and the colors are amazing. Fan it out right here, just back and forth. There we go, lightly back and forth. But me, I've always been a fan of horror movies. Ever since I was young. I mean more scary movies. Like, I'm not into gore. Hostel was too much. That was just unnecessarily brutal. But Scream, I would say that's probably one of my favorite horror franchises. Horror movie franchises. I know it's not the most scary. Ooh, but the most scary Halloween movie I ever personally think, and so it wasn't even was not a Halloween movie, it was just a scary movie, was Insidious, the very first one that came out. I was never someone who, if I saw a scary movie, I, felt like I needed someone to sleep over or be scared, but oh my god, I saw Insidious in the theater, and I wanted to sleep with my mom that night. I was so freaked out. Whew. Great movie. But oh my, I think it's always called for to have a Scream marathon, especially because you get to watch the third one with Patrick Sexy Dempsey, who plays the detective in it, before he blew up on Grey's Anatomy and became McDreamy. Hubba hubba. Alrighty, so again, on this side, you want to go in and out. Everything you do on one side, you copy on the other. Did I go a little further with this one? I think I may have. Okay. I'm liking how this is looking. If you have a favorite horror movie or horror franchise that you like to marathon or watch, please leave it down below. I love seeing what people's choices are for that kind of thing. I really do. I find it very interesting if you're into them. If not, no biggie. As we go, we will talk about other ones like comedy. I'm not like at what you call a chick flick is what they call it, or a rom-com. I've never really liked those kind of movies. I do love psychological thrillers. Oh, those are amazing. Natural disaster movies. Hello, Dante's Peak. Okay, so I like to take my finger and very lightly kind of smooth it out to give it except I wiped it off there, so we're going to press it back. Very lightly. And I find it just makes it look a little more seamless. Let's touch that up. Okay. Step number 2. Okay, for this next step, you can choose to go in with your regular eyeshadow brush. But my personal preference is to continue this next color with a blending brush, because I find that once this main color is laid down, I find it much easier to blend when you've applied it with the blending brush already, as opposed to applying it with the eyeshadow brush and then trying to blend it. And continuing with our square, we will be going now in with Blaze. Yes, we will. Oh, it's pretty. Very pretty. And again, very lightly. You can still use it to pack it on. Very lightly. And you see how it's already, you know, kind of being applied, looking airbrushed. Like that. Very lightly. And you just go around and start filling it out. Peep is currently, Peep, for those of you who don't know, is my squirrel I found abandoned. And he's currently asleep. I'm assuming he hopefully will get up in time before this video ends, because he does like eating my makeup brushes. Anywho, back to our horror movies. Would you guys consider like Jaws a scary movie, or Deep Blue Sea? Because I mean, they are scary and they can be gory, but realistically it's, you know, not like zombie based or anything like that, serial killer based. I mean, but that's what I mean, is technically the shark was the serial killer, right? So oh, hashtag high thoughts. Alright, so I like to kind of try and do like a like a Pac-Man. You see a little mouth like to lay it on in that way, so that when you blend it and you start to move your brush around, it kind of just fills it in like a painting. See how seamless? I am really, really liking this palette. The formula so far is very easy to work with. Very pigmented, as you see. And it'll fall out like, hello, where are you? Not there. Alrighty. And again, I like to use my finger to very lightly push it inwards. If you wanted to have a little more of a wing starting to go out, you can push it that way if you'd like. See, don't need brushes for everything. And then if you want to define it, just like that. And then repeat. Okay, so this is where you want to kind of enhance your blending, is I guess the way you want to say it. Because now that you have filled in the blending there, you want to just lightly go from the end, sweep it up a little. Just a little past where you had already blended it. Just a little bit past, see? No further than about here. Because that's gonna give it a more kind of natural transition instead of it looking like a, you know, line down your eyelid. Slightly pull. Very lightly. And even if you press a little hard, this formula seems to be taking it pretty well, whereas others, it would kind of pull a lot of the shade off. I'm very impressed. I've never tried this brand before. Heard only good things, but never had tried it. Alright, so now that we have pulled that there, slowly pull the part where they meet. There we go. Okay. Make sure they're even, which I believe they are. And again, if you want, always just use your finger and very lightly back and forth. There we go. Now, what I like to do to make it, again, look even more faded here is I'm going to go in with a very light highlighted shade, and in this palette I'm going to choose Vanilla. And again, I'll be using my finger, or my pinky, so it's not, you know, wiping it off. And you see how light that is? Very light shade, very light shimmery shade. And what I like to do is I like to actually aim kind of for the eyebrow so you don't risk ruining the kind of arch that you have going in your eyeshadow. There. And again, I take my finger, just lightly blend. I think that looks just much more seamless than this. And repeat. Okay, after that, you're going to pop on your lashes, put on your primer. I used my e.l.f. Tone Adjusting Face Primer today. Let that sit in. And you, my friends, are ready for foundation, which I'm going to go again with my CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skim Milk Nourishing Formula. My skin can get dry in the fall months, so I do like to use things that are flourishing? Nourishing. But I will say I've got a pretty decent skincare routine going on now, so. Okay. Did anyone else realize I forgot concealer? Just me? Okay. Now that I remembered how to do makeup properly and put my concealer and then foundation on, going back to our square, for the bottom, we are going in with coral. We're going in with coral, which you can't see because I'm not holding it up properly. Alrighty. And your eyeshadow brush. I'm actually pretty surprised that Peep is still asleep. Typically, I don't think he would sleep that long. I got it in my eye. But I'm sure he'll be up soon. Okay, like that. You'll probably hear Sheldon go off in a sec because I can hear people outside, which means he can hear people outside, realistically. Okay. Then you take your blending brush very slowly. Let me tell you. Mr. Sheldon! Hi, honey. You want to come have a makeover? Come. Come here. Come here. We have to shave you. I know, right? Look, where are you? There you are. I know. Oh, I know. There we are. There's my Sheldon. Good boy, buddy. You want to make over? You want to help mommy with her video? Instead of barking? I know. Every other moment of the day there is noise in the house. Whether it be a TV or mommy singing, there's always noise to cover what's outside because you, sir, like to say hi to everybody. Yes, you do. And I think you think you're some sort of a guard dog. Oh, Sheldon. Okay, my love. Run along. Go protect us. Security, Sheldon. All right. Sheldon. Okay. That is nice and blended. One tip I will give you about blending is go slow. You don't need to rush. I find... Oh, right. I have hair on my hands right now. Great. Woo. You want to go slow, you don't want to rush, because you want to get that nice airbrushed look. Alrighty. And then again, other eye. Okay. Like I said, this palette, I honestly don't think I've used a palette ever where there was no fallout. And it's not like I'm not being liberal with the shades. Like with the amount of product that I put on the brush, my good God. Love it, I just love it. All right. Last but not least, we will be, where's my eyeshadow brush? Eyeshadow brush, where'd you go? There you are. Okay, very last in our 4 square section here, we're going to be going in with yellow. Now, you have 2 options here depending on how you're feeling. You can either get the yellow with your blending brush and slowly sweep it under here to mix the 2, but I think what I want to do is pop it in the corner. See if it shows up. Ooh, like that. I think having that little pop of yellow there, it's kind of like a leaf, different colors. I think it gives it a unique little look. And if I'm gonna put something in my corner, I want the color to really pop. So very slowly going to build on top of it as much as I can without it looking cakey or anything. What helps with pigment too is using your finger. Watch the difference. Just a little uptick in the intensity of the color. And I mean, I think that's really cute. Alrighty. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go with my finger, my pinky, and go back into our lovely vanilla shade. This is a fairly matte look, obviously. Just want a little bit of flare. Why aren't you going on? Oh. Come on. Worked really well on my eyebrows. I don't know why it's not coming on as easily. I mean, it's a pretty iridescent shade too. I can just build. Okay, I gotta pull it down a bit. Instead of tapping it like that, I'm gonna pull it down, and that seems to get more on. Very subtle, just subtle. See? Just very subtle. Cute. Alrighty. Now what to do for blush. ColourPop's got a really nice one that I think would match this look. This one. This color. Which color is it? It's pressed powder cheek. It's a highlighter, bronzer, and blush. And I'm just trying. Oh, My Sun and Stars is the shade. Okay. Oh, all the brushes are falling. Okay. Again, contour brush. Makes it very easy. Alrighty. And we just tap it in. And the same on the other side. One thing that is starting to weigh on my mind in regards to like my mental illness and whatnot is I'm very, very prone to seasonal depression. And with fall coming and winter coming, the sun is going to start to go away, which will increase my chance to fall into it. And I'm gonna be honest, I can already kind of see it coming, because even this video took a little more push for me to finish, not to start, but to finish, than I normally would need. And in all transparency, yeah. For anyone else who may be watching who has similar issues, I was recently I was on a pill for the last year and a half, that was supposed to help my mental illness, and I really kind of don't feel like it did. And I feel like I only really suffered negative effects from it. Especially weight gain. My God, I've ballooned out, and it's not just because my fat ass loves to eat. Anywho. So yeah, I went off of it. I think I mentioned that before because this conversation's feeling a little familiar. And I don't know if it's because of that. I don't know if it's because of winter and fall coming. I don't know if it's because I'm worried finance-wise if there's a second wave of sickness coming, which is going to really screw me. But I'm really trying not to worry about things that I can't control. Just trying to push. And anyone who's going through depression or a anxiety disorder knows the hardest part is the pushing. But that's what we do. We push through. We don't quit. Right, good babes? We just do not quit. Okay. This is on. I'm happy with the way it was put on, so I don't feel like I need to do my little kabuki brush thing that I usually do. And I'm going to be using my Makeup Revolution highlighter palette, again found at Shoppers and Walmart. And I love this palette. Very affordable. I think it was about 15 Canadian dollars, which means it would be less in the States. You lucky people. And I'm going to go in, since this highlighter was very iridescent. Sorry, the vanilla shade was very iridescent, the ones that I put here. I don't want too much of a shine going, so I'm going to continue with an iridescent highlighter, as I do want my eyes to be the star of the show. Remember your C or your awkward J. Yeah. There we go. There's our highlighter on the sides. On our nose. Our cute button nose. Middle of the forehead, not too heavy if you have fine lines like I do. So you don't highlight your craters or your fault lines. Cupid's bow. And just a little under the chin. And that's really all I need to know for blending. I'm gonna pop a little here, just to make it a little more airbrushed. That's really all you need to know about blending. My 2 tips for it, as I said, are go slow, number 1, and number 2 is very light touch. Very light touch. All right. I think I'm going to go with a darker lip gloss this time. Typically, if you are focusing on a bold look on your eyes, you don't want to do a bold look. But again, you can do whatever you want when it comes to makeup, realistically. There's no rule book. And I think I'm going to go with a lovely cinnamon roll gloss from Glam Light. And as always line your lips. I'm using my clear liner. This one is from, I want to say Annabelle, because that's where I usually get mine from. No, Maybelline. Color Sensational. Clear lip liner. Okay. Then for our cinnamon roll. I'm so excited for Glamlight's new ice cream collection. I want the whole thing. I'm hoping she comes out with lashes with that one. She hasn't done lashes in a little while in her last 2 collections. So I'd love to see lashes, but even if she doesn't release lashes this time, I do want the whole set because the colors, packaging, it all looks just too cute. Okay. Lip gloss, it's a little easier in regards to moving your lips together without worrying about it going too far over. When you are putting on a matte lipstick, you want to be a lot more careful with that. That's bugging me. That looks like a little chip is out of there. There we go. Perfect. Last but definitely not least, setting spray. I am using Bella & Co. Cosmetics Glow Setting Spray. This stuff, it smells so good. It's almost like it doubles as a perfume without being harsh. It doesn't dry out your skin. And I personally can still smell it on me a couple hours later, and I do love the smell. And your makeup does not move. It's very good. Very good. Okay, so that is our fall look for today with our blending. Any questions, definitely don't hesitate to leave it in the comments below. Next look, I think we will work on some more cut creases. But a slightly different technique than the usual one that you see just going over. This palette, I love it. It's a ridiculous amount of colors and they complement each other very well, especially when you consider our 4 squares roll that you use throughout the palette. And in regards to price, yes, it is a little more pricey than like the hard candy palettes that we use or a $9 ColourPop palette. But the thing about a $9 ColourPop palette is it's only 9 pans. There's only so many looks and so many uses you can get out of it. So it's worth the $9. This, I believe, was close to probably 50 Canadian. And I think it was worth every dollar because yes, sometimes you may have to save up for a palette of this size or this amount, but I think the colors blend amazing. I honestly am having trouble thinking of a brand that blended so well, and I've tried a really decent amount of them. But on top of that, it's, I don't want to say an investment because it's not going to increase in value, but it's, you're getting a lot for your money because you can come up with so many looks. And even if you're someone who's a little nervous or intimidated of doing a colorful look, they have plenty of kind of muted nude shades, lighter shades that you can use at first and then branch out as you feel more comfortable. It's honestly like you really don't need much more than this palette. It's the only thing it doesn't have really is a stark white, and you can use that with that, like you can get that effect with a highlighter. So really, honestly, consider checking it out. I believe it is sold out at the moment. They just did a 3rd round, like a 3rd restock of it, and I don't know if it's sold out, but I don't see this palette going anywhere anytime soon. So definitely pick it up. I've had a great time chatting with you bougie babes. Really surprised that Pete didn't come down, but definitely helped in moving the process along because my God, does he love to chew my brushes. Next week I will be back, or next video. I don't know when I'm going to shoot again, but I'm going to push myself to shoot because we keep pushing on, babes. Have a great day, and I'll see you gorgeous, gorgeous people next time.